iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI Racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
The Circuit de la Sarthe at Le Mans has become one of the classic courses in use in the world. Thanks largely to the part of the 24-hour endurance race, which has become world famous. Each June, the eyes of the world fall on this 8-mile ribbon of tarmac as one of the great sporting spectacles unfolds, pitting man and machine against the rigours of day and night racing. Nothing else in racing comes close to even matching it. But tonight, for the final round of the season, we head to Le Mans here for the UKSR Multiclass Championship. Hello and welcome. I'm Tim Cox, going to be taking you through every step of the way here this evening. And, well, what a classic we have got in store for you. Everything's online. Everything's up for grabs. This is what it comes down to here. It's fun around the season. Everything is up for grabs. We will decide championship winners this evening. Oh, well, I'm sure there'll be a few commiserations for some of our drivers as well. Big race tonight. It's one of two 90-minute races, and I've had a little look at the weather forecast. We'll come a little close to that later on, but it's looking like it could be a spicy affair. Definitely. But let's have a look through proceedings. Of course, the calendar, and well, you can see where we've been all the way. Of course, tonight, one of two 90-minute races, Daytona being the other one, all the way back in round 3, the start of July. Feels like an eternity ago now, but how quickly do the seasons go by in iRacing? And well, let's have a little look across into the championship. Patrick Thompson, GTP Pro, a leader coming into the final round. Can be caught, though, by Austin Campbell. But the way the Dane has been all season long, I mean, it's really, this is his to lose. Josh Wilson in third. Can't really catch him, but he is under threat from Dan Sedgley, who, just having a little look, isn't in the session yet. Was a late comer last time out, only a week ago. So could expect potentially to see him. Wilson would be helpful for a strong result to make it 2 effect cars in the top 3. Cope rounds out the top 5 with Cullen, Sherwood, Anthony, McGregor and Moles running out your top 10 there. Let's have a look down into LMP2 Pro now. And, well, Ariel Koopmans, another one who's been out. Well, another one is, like we've got with Thompson in GTP, he is the person to beat. But I mean, it's going to take a massive overhaul. I don't think, with the amount of GCP Pro runners, that championship is pretty much sewn up. Simner can't really catch him. So really, eyes are drawn to that battle for second place, Simmer versus Bamba, who I'm just having a quick double check through. We've got both of them, so that is still up for grabs. The rest of the field, though, none of them tonight. Obviously, Busby only taking part in the final round. He won the opening round, and that was him. Done with it. I mean, one and done. What can you say? What can you say about the guy? We love you, Buzz. And let's have a look across into LMP2 Pro-Am and Nathan Willoughby. Similar story here. I mean, he just led the way at the start of the season, but the fight back that James Acklam has put in against him, it's been insurmountable. And with so many LMP2 Pro-Am runners, that could change hands here at the final round. Willoughby's led all season, but will he lead when it matters most at the end of the final round? That's the big question we're going to be asking tonight. One of, undoubtedly. Jack Barkett, he's in third. I mean, possibly, but he's a rank outsider to try and take that away from both Acklam and Willoughby. Certainly the form that those two have been on. Acklam, of course, qualifying last week, he put it on the front row in LMP2. So, you know, what can you say? I just don't see it going any other way. Jason Foreman, he's fourth, and I think he's going to remain there with Pollock, Craven, Collicott, Marone, Pay and Sabas are running out things there. Let's move down into GT3 Pro, and this has been all about Tiki Simsport all season long. Those guys have just been so dominant, haven't they, really? Ryan Davies especially for them. He leads the championship by 10 points over his teammate in the sister team, the Toa team, that's Martin Tilling. That could change hands potentially. GT3 has been really topsy-turvy all season long. So that is still one to watch out for me. Could change hands, but again, I think the way Davis has been, I just don't see it going any other way. Kevin Daniels as well. He's in within a shout and could really disrupt that dominance of Tiki at the front end of GT3 Pro, and he's the only person that can do it. Nathan Law, he got cut adrift realistically about 2-3 rounds ago, and that ended his championship hopefuls. Top 3, I just don't see it happening. I mean, you can see there, he's got to make up nearly 20 points, 18 in fact, to be exact. There you go. Just don't see it going any other way. But he could lose that position to Casper Tunstead, who is in 5th. McGurrick, Taylor, Brockner, Jones, and Weston around out your top 10 there in GT3 Pro. Let's move down into Pro-Am. And, well, Ruben Bearings. It's going to take a lot to catch this guy. 14 points lead over Alan Leather, who's held second place in the championship UKSR Lamborghini for, well, the last 3 rounds now over, well, long second place runner Sean Cranley Swash, who's down into 3rd now, but he's only 4 points behind. Can he overcome that here at the final round at Le Mans? He's one to watch out for. Didn't have the best of running last week. but I think, you know, get himself to a decent position on the grid. And yes, that Mustang is, well, you know, it's not the OP car like new cars tend to be when they come, certainly in GT3, when they come to this, come to the iRacing service. So, you know, how's it going to fare down the straights of the Mulsanne? We'll find out. James Colley for UKSR in the Ferrari. He is into fourth. Could potentially end up with second if results go his way. But again, I mean, I just don't see that happening. Maybe he could snaffle a place into the top three. We'll find out. We'll know in, well, in around about 2 hours' time to be precise. So qualifying not too far away. It's about 3 minutes away. Set your clocks now for that one. Darren Sharples is in fifth with Davis, Windsor, Anstis, Murray and Robson rounding out the top 10 there. A lot of those positions still up for grabs here and undoubtedly will change hands come the end of the evening. Into the Teams Championships. And Effect Simulation Carbon, well, I think this is realistically, they're not going to lose this one. This round, of course, undroppable from the scores. So every point counts here. Effect Simulations in second place, but they're only 4 points ahead of UKSR. Good results for them, certainly from Connolly. And I think that could potentially sway in the way of a UKSR. You never know with Effect. It could go great things, or it could go to bust. DCW Blue in fourth with Effect Simulations Club Sport in fifth. 3 top Effect teams in the top 5. That's a bit of a mouthful, and well, just goes to showcase just how that team, the progress they made. 2 years ago, I said they were one of my top 3 teams to watch out for. Olympus and I forget the other one now. Race Clutch, there you go. Got there in the end. They were my other teams, and well, what can you say about those guys? Look how far they've come. Olympus, talking of Olympus, there you go. They are in the 6th with DCW 7th. ProTech, great. I tell you what, consistency and just keep chipping away at it. That's why they're in 8th. Tiki Simsport Toa in 9th with Old Dudes in Cars. Running out your top 10, but let's take a look at the weather. And well, Eagle Eye viewers will see a few clouds on the horizon there. iRacing, make the radar work in spectator view. It just doesn't work. Certainly with it might be settings on my part. Who knows? Anyway, I can tell you that based on the data that I've seen, end of qualifying, I think certainly for a race start, we could be looking at a wet race here. There's definitely a fair few clouds on the horizon, and well, you never quite know, do you? We were expecting it to be a wet race, so looks like we're finally going to see rain for the first time this season. Amazing. We didn't at Mosport, and that had been wet all week in officials. And, well, it just completely caught everyone out. But let's, I'll tell you what, folks. Let's get trackside, because we're not too far away now from seeing the checkered flag, green flag even, in qualifying. We've got GTP. They're going to come up first in qualifying for 10 minutes. Open qualifying as always. If you've been with us all season long, of course you'll know that. If you haven't, it's your first time, welcome along. Great to have you on board. I'll have a little catch up with chat very, very shortly. Jedi John, good luck tonight, Tim. JD here from the wrong stuff. Great to see it from you, JD. Everyone will be, we prob not seeing rain. Okay, he believes there's going to be rain. We'll find out. We will find out. Bottle John over on YouTube. It's all about the YouTube chat at the moment. Chance of rain has halved since the session start. Is it falling away from us? Is it falling away from us? We don't quite know. But with the top of the hour just happening now and just starting to click over, I'll tell you that the checkered flag is out. And a bit of a flicker of the screen there. That can only mean one thing, folks. It's time to get ready for qualifying. Who's going to take the final pole position of the year? Let's get trackside and find out. Getting the first drivers out on track. There's one of them. Pat Wilson, the first out on track. In fact, he's leading the way. And it's a long old out lap around here. You're not going to have many opportunities. It's not going to be like Mosport, where I bet shorter track length, where you're going to be able to really wrestle them in. at Medmo over on YouTube saying the rain tonight is going to be at Mo Sport instead of here. I know, you just can feel it in your bones, can't you? You know it's going to happen. Runners and Riders in GTP. You can see the effects car there being one of them. Others include, we've got Patrick Thompson of Apex, Ryan Moles, and Alan McGregor, the two ProTech Porsches, and also Cy Anthony in the UKSR Porsche as well. Campbell for Effect, and of course Sam Sherwood keeping the caddy dream alive for ProTech in that 171 car. Along that, stretch down the Mulsanne. Just if you want to get yourself some snacks and get yourself a drink, now's the time to do it in this opening stages. Another driver into the session in GTP is this guy here, David van der Voort of Olympus Esports. There he is. Great to see him. Now, time for a bit of number crunching now. Okay, so at the moment we're looking like we've got how many? What, 9 drivers in GTP. Still a chance for a few more to join potentially in qualifying. So both Cope and Sedgley joining the well, missed their qualifying slot, joined towards the end of qualifying for Olympus, and went on for good results, about 4th and 5th, if memory serves me right, last week. So, if the lowest you can finish is 9th, is 24 points. Okay. That would overthrow. So, Austin William Campbell, the gap between himself and Patrick Thompson is 15 points. So, he needs 16 to overtake him. Let's say Campbell wins. Okay. That means that Thompson needs to finish in 7th or lower. There's a 2 points gap between each of the positions. So, 2nd and 8th, 3rd and 9th would be enough of a points difference to overhaul it. But you've got to say, I mean, I think it's going to be Van der Voort's just running a little bit wide there. Coming out of Mulsanne corner. There's the caddy. The ProTech Motorsport caddy. The 171 and Sam Sherwood. Heading through the Porsche S's. Drivers start to come around now. See them take their laps. There's Barney. Poised and ready as always. Unfortunately, no points for guessing which of these cars is the Cadillac. It sounds so different, doesn't it? So different. Talking of the Porsches, Ryan Moles being one of them, and ProTech as well. They are hoping for a good result from those guys this evening. It's all eyes to this guy, really, isn't it? And is that going to be a bit of an off track? Just dipping those 2 left wheels there onto the grass, did Wilson. And the effect simulations Acura, the 091. Down the Mulsanne straight, the first section. Of course, now separated by these chicanes that are put into basically curtail the amount of speed. Now, they came along in, I want to say it was 86. No, it was later. I'm wrong. 1990. Now, I would say, oh, that's not that long ago. But then again, you know, a lot of you out there who aren't as old as me be like, but Tim, I wasn't even born then. Wasn't even born. Fastest sector 1 so far, Austin Campbell for Effect. It's gone to him. Thompson just coming through sector 1, so all eyes to him. What can he do in qualifying? McGregor picking up the fastest sector 2 in the ProTech Porsche. It's the 33. What's that hybrid deployment making a real difference around here? Not the slingshot out of the corner like you used to get with the old LMP1s where you used to just mash the button and off you went. Practically just effing off into the distance. Now it's much more Gather the fair and well, that's certainly that hybrid deployment going to make a big difference around here compared to the LMP2s. That's for certain. McGregor is on a stormer here for ProTech. I get the feeling there's no law wing in that 33 ProTech Porsche. It's out of Mulsanne corner he goes. In fact, let's just not drive on board with him. Up to Indianapolis we go. Just dipping it in here. Oh, lots of commitment there from McGregor, and it's another purple sector. He's on the lap of his life right now. Get the car slowed down. You don't want to ruin it here, but now it comes to the Titan technical stuff. How is that ProTech Porsche going to behave? Campbell, though, just set the fastest sector 6 of anyone. Have to go. It's good for McGregor, though, as well. But is it going to be good enough for that provisional pole position? Wilson, a 32, a 324, a 323 from Campbell. Pretty much dead. But I think this is going to be a cracker here from McGregor. Let's find out. He's not far away. Just the 4 chicane left to go here. Are we going to see a car? Oh, he bounces across the curves. It's tail wagging on the outside. And, oh, it's only good enough for second. Just short of a 10th. Short of Campbell's time. But could tonight be the night we finally see another car on pole, another manufacturer on pole that is not Acura? Based on that, McGregor is the person to do it. And is he going for another lap here? Find out very shortly. Thompson only into 5th for him. Mold's looking at ProTech. About to come across the line. I'd imagine very similar setups here for ProTech. And, well, Moles goes 5th. This could be season's best qualifying for any of the ProTech cars. Anthony having his first lap deleted. Van der Voor's going to be the last car across the line. Wow, with that long, long out lap, those drivers that have headed to the pits, Campbell and Wilson, they need to get out. Well, they need to get out quickly. I mean, well, they can't really, can they? Look at the clock already. Look at the clock. They're one and done. Other drivers are going again. McGregor's just gone fastest than anyone in Sector 2. Sherwood's fastest in Sector 3. Thompson's fastest in Sector 1 right now. Sherwood a personal best in 4. McGregor a personal best in 3. What's it going to be for the Olympus driver, though, across the line? We're going to see a decent time on the board. And no, that time is deleted. So Anthony and Van der Voors both having their times deleted in these early stages. But with both the effect cars out and sat in the pits of Campbell and Wilson, LMP2 not too far away to take it to the track. That's coming up in, well, 40 seconds time and a bit of change. But Thompson's going faster and faster. Personal best. Someone else has just gone faster than anyone. That's David Van der Voort, who's gone faster than anyone in Sector 1. And Thompson could be in for an uphill battle here, potentially, with if he puts in a poor qualifying. McGregor, he is pushing, and he's pushing hard, but there's no improvements out there other than that Sector 2 and that Sector 3. Oh, and it's in the wall. And that's it. It's game over for him. It's in the wall for him. Sam Sherwood in the caddy. That ProTech caddy, the 171. Lots of improvements, including to best in GCP. I was going to call it LMP there. But past that. What you got, Sammy boy? What have you got bouncing across the curbs on the exit? Out of Ford to the line. Is it an improvement? Yes, it is. And Cadillac are on pole here at Le Mans. What a story. Sam Sherwood, take a bow. David van der Vols is going quick. Anthony's on a quick lap as well, but it's not surely going to be enough to take it away from Sam Sherwood. LMP2 out on track right now. There you go. You can see Cullen, Cope and Sedgley, additional drivers into GTP, but not setting times. They're in too late. LMP2, they're out on track right now. There's Simner from Pro. So we've got there's James Acklam. That's going to be one driver to be your favourite, surely, to clinch pole. Oh, Thompson's just, oh no, at the depth. I didn't see it happening. But Thompson's just taken away that pole position from Sherwood and Cadillac. But Van der Vols is on a good lap. Could he be the one to take this away from Thompson? It means that the Cadillac will move down to row 2. I mean, can you tell I love an underdog story? We nearly got it. Great to God, you have been busy over in YouTube chat, and I've done a terrible thing here. Let's get you some live timing. Those of you that want to stay up to date with exactly what I'm seeing on my timing sheets, there you go. Twitch and YouTube. Great to have you all on board, but could be the man with 3 parts to his surname. So long. The final part is missing, but Van der Vols. Is he heading for the Van der Top? It's across the line. And it hasn't counted. It looked like a solid lap. But it must have happened in that final sector. And well, he's out. And that is us done with qualifying in GTP. Now all eyes to LMP2 right now. And let's we'll put everyone in. There we go for you. You can see the entirety of the LMP2 field. So, any upsets to happen here? Find out shortly. Everyone on out laps. At pace, still in the pits. That's not a good sign. But you never quite know, do you? You never quite know. Bamber, one of the drivers to keep half an eye out for. Second place in Pro. Comes down to himself and DCW's 42. That's Richard Simner. That is now. Let me get my calculator out. I said this. Well, with a 2-point difference, Bamber must win Pro. And Koopmans, sorry, Simner must come third. That is to tie them on points. Barring any penalties. Barring any penalties. Bamber, incidentally, looking like looking in good shape in practice. What to watch out for? Certainly. Willoughby will be the one to watch, but will he be champion? Oh dear. Oh dear. It's the entirety of the season, and I've only just fought that one. Shocking. I'm almost disappointed with myself. He will be looking to get himself as high up the order as possible. I mean, I know that is the aim of the game. Don't slate me for it, but I'm sure that pint of water is going to be enough for tonight. That's for certain. There's so many drivers potentially that could take it away from him and make his life a little bit more uncomfortable. It's being one of them, Emil Koopmans. Looking strong in the first 2 sectors. Good times from him there. Will it be enough? That's the big question. Looking very, very skatey there. Coming off the last chicane down the Mulsanne straight, heading on to the third part of it. And just looking at the initial times. fastest driver so far. Through Sector 1, that's this guy, Nathan Willoughby, Effect Simulations Carbon. Has Barker just put it in the... No, Barker's just... He's left the pits and he's in and out the pits. Not too sure what's going on with Barker. Not flagging up that he's had any form of incident. It's going again. That means for Barker, it's going to be one and done. Now, with the way this low out lap, GT3 is going to be an... Well, it's going to be busy. There's going to be a fight to get to the front of the line, down the end of the pit lane for when their slot goes live. That is at, well, 20 minutes into qualifying, so we're 3.5 minutes away from that one kicking off. Sector 2, everyone pretty comparable through there. Fastest was Bamber. As for Sector 3 and 4, again, not a lot to split them. Sector 4 was, again, Bamber. Sector 3, Bamber. Bamber is the driver to watch. And this could be potentially pole position for him in LMP2, and it needs to be if he wants to overturn that deficit to at least tie on points with Simner in that DCW 42. That's the bottle job asking over on YouTube. They can do that. I'm not too sure. Do what? We're about to find out. Koopman's provisional pole time. Acklam into second, but he's 1.3 seconds off the pace. But here comes Bamber. Oh, and it's only good enough for second. Wow. Despite strong sector times from Bamber. Where did he lose all of that? Well, it all got lost in the first sector for him. That's where he lost it all. As Willoughby goes up into second. Simner, first lap deleted for him. He is just in front of Willoughby. There he is, out on track. Get the drone up here. Something a little bit quiet. We might sort that one out, potentially. Ice quiet. We know it's not out on track, but just see the way it's moving around there. Let's call the Mulsanne straight. I mean, it's not really that straight in a lot of places. Unless you look down there, we're out onto the actual straight part. So Barker, he's around coming to complete his outlap. He will start his first lap. Get over the line just in time to go for him. And we are only a minute away from GT3 taking to the track. So yeah, he's just going to beat all of those guys out. He's not going to get caught up in them. And again, no real major improvements going on out there in LMP2. Simner are putting in a solid lap so far. There he is. 2 personal bests in sectors 2 and 3. Koopman's no major improvement. Same from Bamber. Certainly not from Willoughby. Can Simner, well, he needs to get a time on the board, but how high up the grid will he go? That's what we need to ask. That's what we need to ask, as we are 15 seconds from GT3 being able to take to the track. Get ready for the car park down the end of the pit straight. I suppose a lot of them haven't already just tried to jump the queue and get out there and sit out there ready. But you don't want to be first in the queue here at Le Mans. You want that slipstream from someone to tow you along. Oh, there you go. Everyone out, being led away by Martin Tilling of Tiki Simsport Tower. Behind him, fellow Tiki driver, that's Ryan Davis in the Porsche. And, well, it's line astern, Jacko Taylor in the Ferrari. Well, there you go. Teamwork in full effect there. But heading back, Simner still improving A strong personal best in Sector 5 for him. Sector 6, personal best as well. And Willoughby, despite being towed along from him, not really making any improvements out there. So based on that, can Simner get himself on the front row? Go, folks. We go. What have you got? Willoughby peels in. He's done. He knows he can't improve, but Simner needs to get a time on the board. Clattering, bouncing across the curves. Four-wheel drift out of Ford. And Simner, it's only fifth. It's only fifth for him. And that's us done with LMP2. Tom Weston. Let's go Ruben Bearings and Kevin Daniels. Which there is Kevin. The first non-Tiki car in the line. Dowley pushing for that pro spot where he can make up in the championship standings. Says Kevin Daniels, yes. Charles finished second. Realistically, can he take it away from Davies, our championship leader? So the points deficit between them is 11 points. So, if Daniels wins, he needs him to be down in 7th. So a 7-place difference. I'm going to try and keep you up to date with all these changes around in championship standings across the course of the next, well, 97 minutes, if you include the remainder of qualifying. Of course, 90 minutes of racing. Let's have a little look at the weather there. 32 centigrade track temperature. Pretty mundane, but 9 miles an hour wind. 80% humidity. It's cloudy. We know it's cloudy. We saw earlier on from the high-up shots those clouds on the horizon. Tom was saying the poker will struggle tonight. My money's on Ruben to finish with an overall GT3 win. That is, of course, our championship leader in GT3 Pro-Am, Ruben Bearings in the Lamborghini. The sole Lamborghini running with us tonight, in fact. No Alan Leather. Now, that plays very, very nicely. Still chance for him to join the session, but that plays incredibly nicely into Sean Cranley Swash's hands. Because that then means that Sean would need to just finish the race, and he will beat him. But James Connolly, the UKSR Ferrari, he could upset that party. He could. Or might it be, despite saying the Porsche not running too well, might it be this guy here, Darren Sharples, in the old dudes in cars 777 Porsche. So let's catch up with the front end of our group. There they are. And they've, wow, really separated out. Tillings, he's gone for it here. He has bolted. He's not helping his team out there whatsoever. They have separated. And that genuinely surprises me because qualifying in GT3 looking like it's going to be a one and done here at Le Mans. You would have thought they would have been clustered together, that they'd be helping out one another. No, that is not the case at all. Also, coming up, a little bit of a hiatus in things from the channel before we take to the UKSR Endurance League. That's coming soon. Partnership with Motorsport UK. I'm pleased to be back for that one. You might not be, but I am. Love a bit of multi-class endurance. Absolutely love it. So Tilling looking strong. Who is going to take that pole position though in GT3? So many questions to ask. So little time to find out. Saw a slight discrepancy in the timing things there. Get that sorted. There is what Matt Emerson, someone we haven't seen too much of this season. Of course, reigning GT3 AMA winner last season. Yeah, another one to watch out for. The handy old driver is Matt. But which manufacturer is it going to be that comes out on top? So the Porsche is struggling. There you go, you heard it go on by. That dirty, grumbling V8, and it can only be one thing. It's the Mustang. Driver's starting to come across the lines now. Be one of them. You see bearings as well. Is he being held up? Oh, no, you're not meant to do this in qualifying. What are you doing, boys? You're just hurting each other, surely. The flash of the lights, you can see bearings. He is not happy with this one. He sensed he was on a good lap. But it's just not to be. And that's Davis, the wrong stuff for him. So, across the line, they start to come. Lap times coming in thick and fast. There we go. Jacko Taylor top. Martin Tilling again. It's a 1-2 for TKR. 1-2-3. Ryan Davis. Ruben Bearings across the line now. Right, next one across. That's going to be Edmondson in the Effect Simulations Corvette. The 176. He goes 6th. And well, a few drivers out there not setting times. Going again, that's for sure. Ruben Bearings, well, he said about potentially the overall win. At the moment, he is 4th, and that was with what he would feel like he's being held up by Davis of the wrong stuff. And that Corvette just in front, but he's going to get a good old toe down the front stretch in the Mulsanne. This is going to help him, and where Tiki weren't helping one another, could we see a Pro-Am driver on pole? So incidentally, GT3 Pro-Am top qualifier, Matt Edmondson so far. Well, that's not right because it's actually Ruben Bearings, so the top graphic not working as straighted. Get that one sorted shortly. They're going again in GT3. Going again. Takes it, I mean. Well. So Davis has bailed, so he's gone out of the equation. What you got, Ruben Bearings? What you got? You need to find something here, my friend. Martin Tilly is improving in, talking of Corvettes, in the Tiki Simsport Toa Corvette. At the moment, it's a Ferrari on pole, though. Top four different manufacturers. It's Ferrari, Corvette, Porsche and Lamborghini. Cranley Swash, incidentally, not setting the time. Neither did Anstis or Windsor, the two Team Potato cars. In fact, they just came out of the pits and didn't really do anything, just enough to register themselves. Time deleted for Davis as well. He's come into the pits, so he's out of qualifying right now. See, checker flag is out in the session. There he is, old Barney. At least not waving it. Okay. Tilling on a strong lap. So is Davis as well. There he is. He's coming down into Indy 1 and Indy 2. Ranage and gonna boot it out here. Needs a decent run. That is Kevin Daniels just behind in the DDK 26 Porsche. And this race as well. Team Potato totally balked quali. Didn't change setup from IMSA. Only had enough fuel for the outlap. There you go. That explains that one then. David Daniels, let's go. Relation to Kevin Daniels, I would assume. But it's looking good here in terms of laps for Tiki Simsport. The Corvette going well, and Martin Tilling. Not sure Jacko Taylor's done enough to improve his time, but it's squirrely. He's giving it everything, is Tilling. And that run to the line, and he takes pole by 3 attempts. There's no improvement from Taylor. Davis across the line. He's surely going to close that gap up. He does, but he remains third. Kevin Daniels there, switching around late on. Ruben Behrings just gets himself onto the second row and breaks a top 3 lockout for Tiki Simsport. Here comes the Effect Simulations Corvette. That is the 176 and Matt Edmondson. He moves up to 6 ahead of Conley and Sharples. Cranley Swash just tucks in behind Sharples there. That time good enough for 9th in GT3. And now we sit and wait. Gina Peters, go Behrings. Damn right, Ruben Behrings. What a lap there. Pro-Am driver again. Well, just disrupting things left, right, and centre, isn't he? What we love to see. That is what we absolutely love to see. And, well, I'll tell you what, let's have a little change of graphic while we wait for things to move along in qualifying. Of course, with the allowed to roll over ever so slightly. Does mean we have a little delay in proceedings here. And well, we just wait. Maybe some elevator music to come into play. But... so we've got so many chances here for, as mentioned, changes in position. So not setting times in qualifying. Daniel Pay, he didn't take to the track whatsoever, despite being in the session. The LMP2 driver for Old Dudes and Cars. Not sure whether we'll see him on track. GTP, Cullen. Van der Waal had all his times deleted, despite being in the session for it. Cope and Sedgley, 2 Team Potato cars as well. They're going to have to all start across the back of the grid. It's all sorted out. And, well, there we go. With the flickering of the screens, that can only mean one thing. Time to get trackside. And let's take you through final grid of the season. There they are. Patrick Thompson on pole. Breaking hearts, dreams, and underdog status. Clinching pole right at the depth. Sam Sherwood, excuse me, into second, but still on the front row for a season's best qualifying for the Cadillac and the Protex Motorsports driver. Then it's Effect in third place on the second row, joined by another Protec car in the form of the Porsche. It's Aaron McGregor. That's another Porsche on the third row. And again, with an Acura. Cy Anthony of UKSR's next to Josh Wilson of Effect Simulations. Ryan Moles and Thomas Cope up on row 4, while row 5 sees Dan Sedgley and David Van der Waals in All Olympus row 5. Ben Cullen will start from the back. Someone who's kind of versed at doing that and normally makes good progress when he does so. Across into LMP2 now, and well, there you go. It's a front row. I slightly staggered this. Koopman's on the front row with David. David, where'd that even come from? Nathan Willoughby in All Effect Simulations, right? And a great qualifying for the Pro-Am driver. Bamber and Ackler on row 2, while row 3 sees Barker and Simner next to one another. Simner, a lot of work to do. Of course, remember, if Bamber wins and Simba finishes third in Pro-Am, then we'll have a change around for, well, they'll be tied on points for second, essentially. Daniel Pay has joined the track. He will start last in LMP2. Then we've got on the front row of GT3, it's Tilling and Taylor of Tiki, a trio of T's. Top qualifying Pro-Am, it's Ruben Bearings in the Lamborghini next to Ryan Davis, disrupting that top three of Tiki Simsport cars. Next up, it's Kevin Daniels and Matt Edmondson on row 3. Well, row 4 in GT3 sees James Conley of UKSR next to Darren Sharples. Sean Cranley Swash, last driver to set a time in qualifying, but he just needs to finish realistically to take second, although it could be close with Conley ahead of him. We will keep an eye on that one. Rob Windsor joins him on the penultimate row of the grid with John Davis and Nathan Anstis on the final row, row 15 of the entirety of the grid. So we get ready to go racing, ladies and gentlemen. Final round of the season. Buzz races over a Twitch. Evening, Tim, you slag. Oh, you slag, Buzz. I think we're the answer on the postcard for what TV series that's from. Some Skippy saying, Effect Boys. Well, I know it's not based on Skip Barber, his name. Nor Skippy the Bush Kangaroo. Richard Simner, go Ruben. Exactly. Just casually, just, you know, dropping into chat there. Just casually, just dropping in. Not far away from going racing. Final round of the season. It's round 8. Not far away from Porsche 911 safety car, from pulling in. It's deep breath time. It is deep breath time. There they are. It's coming round. Here we go, folks. Let's get ready to go racing from Le Mans. Final round of the season as we are go route down to turn 1. And it's a, well, a simple getaway in GTP. Let's look back to LMP2. Oh, that's slow. That is slow. And that is Bamber. Oh, he's picked up a slowdown through the forward chicane. So we look down. GT3 away, and I can tell you there's a bit of a shuffling around. Thompson is down. Something's happened to him in these early stages. And wow, that's the Protec car just in front of him. The Protec Porsche Van McGregor and Sam Sherwood in the caddy leads the Le Mans, but it's being hunted down by that Effect car. It's Austin Campbell right up behind, locked in, locked on, and look how grey it looks in the distance. There's rain on the horizon. Here we go, folks. Here we go. Looking back from the Protec caddy right now. Look how close Campbell's getting. But that Cadillac is just looking so good in a straight line. Who's to take it away from him? As it's looking pretty much an orderly affair. I'm just trying to keep a bit of an eye on proceedings behind. It's a... Was that one someone going slow? Is that Daniel Pay looking very slow off the corner there? But Bamber, well, look who's right in front of him. Look who's right in front. It's Simner. Jinxes, pulls out. Simner just says, no, you don't. He just moves across that little bit. Taking up the left-hand side of that lane there. Drivers, talk about the laser focus. Look at Bamber. He's bump drafting Simner here down the Mulsanne. Pushing him. He needs that win, and Koopmans is getting away if he wants to tie on points with Bimner. Oh, folks, this is not looking good here. It's looking tight. Down into Mulsanne, and Taylor's off, and was that a punt there? Was that a bit of a punt there from Simner? Let's take a bit of a look. Almost went 3 wide there, and I think Simner's just a bit caught out by... Yeah, by Jack Barker, and a bit of a tap from behind, but look at that. That is Bamber through. A bit of a free gift, many might say. But now it's Bamber, well, Barker right behind Pay. thinks about it into Indy, backs out of it. Let's move down into GT3 right now. They're on the run up towards Indy. Ruben Bering's leading GT3 Pro-Am at the moment, but that's Tilling right in front of him in that Tiki Sim Sport Corvette. I tell you what, folks, that is looking very, very close between them. Jacko Taylor in the Copa car, a Tiki Sim Sport, the Ferrari, that is leading, and it's got a 1.2 second lead, which is a pretty mammoth effort, things considered. Certainly at this stage of the race. Very early on here. Let's have a look. We've got Thompson round the outside. Surely not. Oh, on the brakes and just slots in front of McGregor. Porsche down to 4 for now. But, oh, McGregor already under attack. That's Cy Anthony having a good go at him. And they're all queuing up. Wilson behind. Then you've got the two Olympus cars. It's all breaking loose here in GTP. And here we go down the Mulsanne for the first time on lap 2. One long draft train, and those Olympus cars just trying to get all line astern. They are broken up at the moment by Ryan Moles in the ProTech Porsche. It's the 118 car. Already, Sherwood and Campbell have just cleared off. They're 2 seconds clear of them. You can see the gap physically in front of them. And wow, trying to break the draft. It's one long wiggling line at the moment. See how they're sort of broken up a little bit there. There's Van der Vols. Is this going to be a move here on Ryan Moles? Think about it, and oh, Moles just dangerous on the brakes there, nearly locking up the fronts, nearly losing it, almost understeering off clear. Cope wants to get on by, trying to squeeze Moles down so he can get tucked up behind his teammates. And Jack Barker's had another incident, I believe, as I cut to that in an appalling time. That's Simner going very, very slow. That must be a slowdown. Has he taken too much speed in? Yes, he has. Oh, and it goes from bad to worse for Jack Barker. This one of your coach. Oh, hello, Barb. That's a lovely little move there. He's just pulled off. That's down into Mulsanne corner. That's up another place, but it's only over Acklam, who is second at the moment in LMP2 Pro-Am. Nathan Willoughby leads the way. I can tell you as well, Cope has finally got past Moles. There you go, there's proof of it. To head out of Arnage. Now, I know you're thinking, what's happening in this battle? Oh, that's a very running wide. Nathan Anstis there, and that Team Potato Corvette. So this little group here of Cranley, Swalsh, Davis and Anstis find themselves 3 seconds back off the field. Is that a slowdown? I think it might be. I think it might be. So at the moment, let's keep an eye on these proceedings in Pro-Am. So where is Conley in relation? Now Conley is only 7 points behind. He is currently running third, I can tell you, at the moment in GT3 Pro-Am. There he is in the UKSR Ferrari. Is that enough to overturn it? So that will give him 36 points from this round. Cranley Swash at the moment running in 8th. That's 26. That's 10 points different. So at the moment, Conley is going to finish in 2nd. Sharples one to watch out for too as well. Yes, I think he's going to leapfrog the Cranley Swash after being 2nd for most of the season, then 3rd. Final round could drop out of the top 3 completely. Alan Levis certainly will at this rate. Will he? Oh, no, he won't quite. He might hold on to this. Actually, no, because they're all going to bank points. So, yes, he is definitely. He is definitely. Oh, got there in the end. Got there in the end. It's still kicking off here in GTP. As we've had changes around. Moles has got past Sedgley and Cope. Definitely starting to pick up pace. Of course, was getting, well, himself and McGregor certainly early on, getting really bullied by Thompson, who's, we look further ahead. He's now got away from McGregor. Wilson's still stuck behind McGregor, or at least that's how he's feeling, I'm sure. And that affects Simulation 91. Acura. A lot going on, a lot for grabs here tonight, but still a long way to go. We haven't even completed 10 minutes. We've still got another 80 to go, plus a bit of change. You really see the way that those Olympus Acuras, they can get close, but they just can't seem to get close enough to get the job done. Stuck in a bit of a draft train at the moment, and you'd thought they might be moving around just to try and assist and aid, you know, one another, but there's only so much you can do. Van der Voor's the front of the trio of Olympus Acuras. And we are... Oh, we're already... No, we're not. I thought I had panic then. I misread it. I thought Sam Sherwood, our leader. But what a story this could be. What a story. The Protect mode. This will bring. If he can. No. Don't say it. Just don't. Just don't put the curse of the commentator on him. I know a lot of people will be willing that along to pull off a barnstorming result here. That is for sure. Tokyo, Porsche is not really the favoured car here tonight. Having said that, running third and fourth in GT3 Pro-Am. So Pro at the moment even. Kevin Daniels there in the hunt after the Effect Simulations Corvette. That's Matt Edmondson. The wheel of that. And that is looking very, very close between the pair of them, and it might even be the overtake. Has a bit of a look. Drops out of it. Here we go. On board with the DDK by Eagle Sport Speed Academy Porsche. So I can tell what's up. Winding up, it's almost like willing it along to get past that Effect Corvette. Has to back out of it. Down into Indianapolis we go. Now here comes the strong point for the Porsche, not too far away, the aptly named Porsche Curbs. A lot more curb being taken there by the Corvette at Edmondson. A lot more. It's been a few changes of positions. To catch up with those, Martin Tilling making his way past Ruben Bearing. So he looks like he's got a bit of a slowdown there, I would say. Yeah, Tree's not really showcasing that one too well. Also, said about Wilson being able to get past. Well, I think that was almost facilitate there. McGregor's Protec Porsche. That's been done and achieved. Sedgley, talking of GTP. And Anthony looking like he's going a bit slow there. Oh, that change for the lead in LMP2. And guess what? We've got a Pro-Am driver leading. And there's a few drivers out there. This is almost looking a little bit choreographed here. Oh, big change, big change. We've had an incident. Ryan Moles. And this has claimed a few people here. And Cope, oh! Well, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's see if we can get it on board with Thomas Cope's perspective. Oh, well, he just backs out of it. Well, let's see if we can get it from above here. And it's a big lift. Off goes Moles. We'll take it another time on board with... I've lost... Oh, hold on. We'll do this. There we go. There we go. We got it in the end. This is on board the ProTech Porsche. And Cope just not expecting the big lift there from Moles, who's clearly gone into a fuel-saving strategy. So it's all change. It's all change in GCP. Moles into the pits. I mean, Cope, how that car's going, I'm really not sure. With the warp speed attack into the back of the car. Front, I mean, wow. Good news for Anstey Sports Mustang fans. Sean Cranley Swash made his way past John Davis even. So what does that do to the gap between himself and Conley? Conley running at the moment in third, giving him 36 points. 7th, that's 28. Still, that's an 8 points difference. And it's a 7-point difference that Conley needs to overcome to tie. So, at the moment, that's looking like it's still going the way of this guy here, James Conley. Wow. Cope into the pits for Olympus. I can tell you that one. That's no surprise, I don't think, whatsoever. Conley, and, well, it's more what's going on behind him. It's the Sharples, Windsor, and Conley dynamic here. Battling for that top 3 spot, the last top 3 spot, in fact, inside of GT3 Pro-Am. About 4/10 of a second separating each of these cars at the moment. Drivetrain really playing an effect here, isn't it? Not seeing as many overtakes as what we might have expected to come to see. Everyone's stuck in one long line at the moment. No change for the lead, and Campbell has dropped right down to that. Effect Simulations Acura has gone from being 4/10 behind our current race leader Sam Sherwood. Not Patrick Thompson like that says at the top. I'm going to remove that said graphic until it decides to behave itself. But I tell you what, it's really cost them. And Sherwood now 2 seconds clear at the moment. Just having a bit of a move along as there. There you go. And that's a change for position. That's Ruben Behrings just heading up the inside. Now running second in GT3 overall, of course, leading Pro-Am. Saying, well, could he be on for a win tonight? Wow. I tell you what, he's got a bit of a hard chance now, but he's got time on his side because the gap is 3 seconds between himself and Jacko Taylor, your leader in GT3 Pro. So, you know, still possible. Everything is still possible here. So much up for grabs. So much going, and in fact, actually, yeah. Just having a bit of a look at where Moles has come out. So that is behind our leader in GT3. There he is. Jacko Taylor. Tiki Simsport Tower. There's all battle emerging. Oh, and that's the slowing Van der Waals. Slowdown's really playing the part of the story here this evening. In fact, Anthony just set the fastest lap of the race at 3:25. Porsche seem to be coming alive now here in GTP, around the 18-minute mark. But what looked like a promising position for Olympus and working together, trio cars, that now, of course, all undone. What's still to do for them? There's all these two stuck together. Oh, it got close. It's Ford versus Corvette. The two manufacturers from America going at it here. But it's Cranley Swash in that Anstey Mustang that's come out on top. Just having a little look over to chat. Well, you have been busy. Right, you can see where it starts. Yeah, I can see you're saying, John Williams. I turned on the stream to see Cope killing folk. To see no change. Clearly, no love lost between those drivers. Ryan Walker, I wonder if Moles was lifting to save fuel or braking early to recharge the hybrid. Well, it's a good question. I mean, it seemed like more like a fuel-saving strat, realistically, but I mean, what can you say realistically? Between it was, I mean, it was a big old lift, and if he was, I mean, surely there must have been chat amongst the Olympus drivers because they've been in and around him. Say, look, this guy's fuel saving. Just be careful around him coming into the braking zone. And you know, having met, you know, Thomas, he's you know, Thomas Cope, he's a good lad, he is, and it can be intentional. I know once behind the wheel, it all gets a bit of a rush to the head, and hey, we're all human at the end of the day. But I mean, wouldn't want to wipe himself out of the race, certainly so early on over something like that. It's a bit of a weird one, that. Loves it. Wow, this, all the chat over on... actually, no, there's a bit of both there. And great to have so many of you all on board with us. This is still going on. Not wanting to yield a bit between Barker and Pay as we head up towards Indy. And, well, side by side there. Barker, of course, on a bit of the redemption here. We look back from the drone. Flicking it in there into Indy 1 and Indy 2, and off they go. It's advantage Barker. Pay incidentally not setting a time in qualifying. That's why he remains, well, say remains, that's why he's towards the back of the field. Willoughby still leads at the moment. It's close right up here because of traffic. The pass-through in GT3. GTP happening here, and I tell you what, splitting traffic. That was the UKSR Ferrari. There's Connell, there's Sherwood, there's Thompson. You see as well, the rest of GTP trying to pick their way through at the moment. Next up for them is going to be that DDK car. There it goes, a Kevin Daniels and Matt Edmondson. Those two still embroiled in a battle at the moment. Cope just setting the fastest lap here for the race so far. Are we going to go either side? You see Thompson trying to use the car there. That Tiki Simsport Porsche. Just to pull him along that little bit more here. And well, now the lead almost in touching distance for Thompson. And based on the season so far, this is not if, but when this move happens. But that Cadillac has looked so good all race long. I know we're only 22 minutes out of the 90, but it's looking oh so strong down the Mulsanne. And then out of Mulsanne Corner on the run up to Indianapolis. Bit more traffic on the horizon. That's Ruben Behrings and Martin Tilling, DCW and Tiki, respectively. Going to come up to the back of them pretty quickly. Here we go. So look back from them. How do they split them? What do they do? Will they even catch them? Or right round the outside of Behrings. Thompson follows on through. Looking back from the rear of the ProTech caddy. There you go. Tilling squeezed a bit there. Thompson follows through. Being aggressive with the traffic and just using Sherwood as the pick to punch a hole through it. You can really see the gap that Taylor, your leader in GT3 for Tiki Simsport, has really opened up in that Ferrari. Because look at the gap. They're going to go through the entirety of the Porsche curves here. Oh, it's committed around the outside using all of that downforce there. Big, bold moves here from Sherwood. He knows he's onto an opportunity here if he can keep Thompson at bay. But Campbell's not far behind, 1.5 seconds down the road. Into Ford. Bump across the curbs. Thompson moves out. It's going to be side by side. Here into Dunlop. There they come up the hill. And as they enter into Dunlop, look at that. It's an Apex Racing Academy Acura out in front. And down the hill through the S's. Well, no, it's not. I got my liveries mixed up. No, that caddy is still ahead there. Look how much it's really opening up as well. He is not hanging around here. And 1.2 seconds able to open up just through that section. Thompson having to back out, and that's brought Campbell right into this fight right now. Further down, that is Wilson. Can't get away past Anthony. Oh, no, sorry, Anthony is passing Wilson even, sorry. They're back to where they started. Dave van der Voors and that Olympus Acura just behind. Sedgley on the tail end of it too. McGregor just in front, but he's 1.1 seconds, so just out of draft range, realistically. This trio. Something's happened to our, well, leader in GT3 Pro-Am, Ruben Behrings, and oh dear. Missed his right marker there, just a little. On board the Effect Acura. And look, it's just pulled out and it's got nothing. Absolutely nothing. That Porsche is looking strong in the straight line. And if Effect got too much drag. Out the corners it looks good. Anthony did run a little bit wide there. This is Wilson's chance here. It's time to shine. He's side by side, but the Porsche fights back. And what can he do? They're side by side. Surely not here. Surely not into Indy. But no, they get away with it. Wilson ahead. Anthony just yields a bit to facilitate the move. Playing it safe. We start to approach 1/3 race distance. Tell you what, Sherwood has really bolted since breaking that draft from Thompson. 2 seconds, the difference. It's your closest battle on track right now. Looking back from Wilson. Well, those Olympus Acura's got, though, the Acura is just not looking good in a straight line. So it seems, certainly not compared to those Porsches and the Cadillac. Wow, with Wilson now ahead of Anthony. This is where these two changed around here. So around this part of the circuit previously, where they moved around, swapped around positions, Wilson having previously already got past Anthony. Angle just really showcasing the speed being carried off those corners. Out of Terre Rouge. Down the Mulsanne we go, on to lap 9. Apparently, yeah, Sherwood now leading every class. That graphic clearly has broken, which is lovely to see. We'll deal with that in a minute. We look back towards the front though, and that gap has shrunk. Thompson able to rein in a bit of that lead and has got it within the second mark. It's down to 0.8 of a second between the pair of them. Callum Regarton, effect boys on it. Well, yes and no. Leading both LMP2 categories. Well, I say that is, well, I was going to say an early stop, but we're already at 29 minutes, and your first stop off the day goes to your leader in LMP2. One that was enforced by a weird connection of cars, shall we say, in GTP. Right. The back of LMP2 he goes, having stopped. And off he goes again. So your leader in LMP2, ignore the graphic at the top. It's not a pro driver, it's a Pro-Am driver. Nathan Willoughby leads, okay, albeit... I mean, whether he's led for a while, I say that. I mean, Pro-Am driver to win LMP2? Surely not. Surely not. His biggest competitor, Acklam, in second at the moment, but Acklam needs to finish and finish well ahead of Willoughby to stand any chance of taking away from Willoughby here. What's that battling trio? There goes of, well, Edmondson, Davis and Daniels. At the moment, Edmondson running second are in GT3 Pro-Am. But despite that, having said that, you know, he's still ahead of two pro drivers who are those Porsches. Struggling a bit here. They've got an accurate, no, it's an LMP2, in fact, just coming on by. Spread across the track once more. Commitment into Indy. This one part that I tell you what, they do look strong. They do look good, the Porsches. I guess what I said about them swapping around again, and guess what's happened once more in GTP. There you go, it's advantage Porsche once more. UKSR 27 Porsche of Cy Anthony just going on by Wilson. So we've had a lovely little bit of a ding-dong between Team Potato and Old Dudes in Cars. Porsche and Corvette. Neck and neck, side by side. No one giving an inch, and that's what we love to see. Matters pressing. This gap is down to a quarter of a second. Thompson last time around, the man on the move. He was 1.2 seconds faster than Sherwood and set the fastest lap of the race. But remember what happened when he got here last time. He got to within this distance and couldn't clear the Cadillac. 1 minute 50 seconds. 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 1 minute Sherwood needs to find something here. Needs to find something within him. Dig deep, Sammy boy. Dig deep. Deep breath. You got this. Further down the field, this GT3 battle still going on as well. Right now, the Porsche is feeling like the Acuras are in GTP, where they just can't get past. That's it. They're stuck in a draft train, and there's nothing they can do about it whatsoever. I mean, they're fanning out. They're trying to look ahead, so, you know, just find something, a divine inspiration, a thought of wisdom. They see the way they're just taking so much extra track coming out of the first chicane down the Mulsanne that the Corvette, that effect Corvette of Edmondson just really isn't. It's really not, and this is getting close through the Porsche curves. Can he make the move? As we head down towards Ford, wipers on, wipers on. Does that mean something here? Oh, Shearer's wide, and he's onto the gravel, and that could give him a slowdown. It's not. He gets away with it, but he's lost the lead, and that was gifted to Thompson. Look at the driver's left, just in the mirror. There's an effect Acura there, and they're side by side. And it's got very grey very quickly. It's the rain finally coming here. Wipers haven't gone on again since they just clocked it coming into Ford for Sherwood. And Thompson's bolted 2.2 seconds. The advantage now that he holds. Pit stop. No, not pit stop involved. So Daniels has come off the track. Oh, shit. Edmondson getting a bit of a... Well... Assistance? I think so. Yeah. Wow, and from that, Edmondson has dropped all the way from second. Oh, wow. Big moment there. Big moment. And that could have wiped out. That was the DCW LMP2 of Richard Simner. And talking of LMP2, Willoughby just behind there. There he is, yes. Bamber and Acklam in as well. And that's rain. That is rain. It is raining. It has come. You doubted me in chat, but it's raining here. And that is through Ford and Porsche. And has Simner hit the wall? That's from right, looking a little bit crooked there. Right, well, where are you on the track? Are you in the right spot? It's not raining here. Oh, it is just about. The wet weather comes, and those that have pitted, right, this means big news. Koopmans, through the alternate strap, pitted on lap 8. It was still dry. Is he going to have to pit again? That's a big story in LMP2 right now. Nobody's pitted in GTP. The two Team Potato cars, they've dived in. They've spotted the weather. They had their spidey senses out. Well, as everyone's come out, Koopman's back into the lead, but he's going to be surely on dry tyres. And they could get away with it for a bit, but will he be able to keep hold of that car? Coming up on the back of the Mustang there. The side on by, he'll get away while these tyres are still warm. Will Emil Koopmans. He'll get away with it down the Mulsanne. Simner just leading the pits there. Bit of a slow stop for him in comparison to some. Team Potato just heading on out as well. Right, well, here we go. GTP. Was that a rainbow I saw? Heading on in. McGregor is the only one to come in. Surely onto rain tyres. I'm not surprised that Sherwood hasn't thrown this sort of strat either. Just gambled. And now held up. Oh, held up in a bit of traffic there. Is the Cadillac. The flash of the lights. There goes your race leader, Patrick Thompson. Apex Acura. And how much more longer can these two hold on? There you go. Sign a game. He's saying we've got rain on part of the track. Well, it's not just on part of the track now. That is on all of it. But I think it's raining harder in some places than others. Which is good in some ways. Oh. Not in others. And Campbell just losing a big old chunk of time there. Right, so this is the car to watch now in GTP. Just I was looking for the data. And, well, that is the car to watch. Keep an eye on the ProTech Porsche of McGregor, the 33, because that's now our benchmark. That car has pitted and taken tyres. I assume to wets. It's surely got to be. Can't see it being anything other than. This is getting well, as close as it's ever been. A bit twitchy there from the Tiki Sim Sport 911 of Ryan Davis. Very so close between those guys. Go. Oh. Sometimes I just give up. Try. There's Bamba now. Well, this is what he needs. So, for Bamba to secure that, well, tied second place in LMP2, he needs to overtake Koopmans. As Thompson's in, the race leader is in. Sherwood follows in too. Well, it's an absolute scuttle load of them in. Sedgley carries on though. Wow, this mad lad's going for it, isn't he? Feeling brave is the Olympus car. And it's not just me. It's not raining quite on the front straight. It doesn't look like it. Definitely heavier in some parts rather than others at the moment. So again, that's not looking like it's raining too much there. Not even feeling like he needs the wiper blades on. Still in full commitment mode. And do you know who's the number one? Well, he's gone for it. No surprise there. Wilson in the effect. 091. Being in Sweden, used to adverse conditions and driving in them, and well, giving it a go in a virtual race car that in the real world costs many millions. Cope stayed out, so has McGregor. There you go. McGregor now, there's Thompson, we said about what it would be like, and McGregor now leads. Coming in early, getting those wet tyres down. McGregor now leads. GTP on paper. I know Sedgley, Wilson and Cope still out there, but they need to stop. And McGregor has leapfrogged everyone here. Caught them all unawares. Committed, went early with that pit stop. Sector 5 last time around, guess who was the fastest? It was this guy, Aaron McGregor of ProTech Motorsport in the Porsche. Still game on here. Also, a bit of a leapfrog there. That behind Thompson is in fact Campbell. That means, where is the caddy there? That is, well, it could lose another place here because that is side by side with the UKSR Porsche. Is just in front of us, in fact, heading ahead. It's going to move on by. There you go. When did it so bad to happen? It seemed like we're going to have that underdog win for ProTech with the Cadillac. But, I mean, we're still on course here. But it's with a Porsche. Either way, we're still back in the game for having a non-Acura win. A Sanix game saying over on YouTube, I think Slicks might still be quicker at this point. I'm not sure. But either way, McGregor, I'm guessing with what, wets? Yeah. Well, he's making it work. So that disproves your theory, certainly in GTP. Where is Thompson? I'm trying to get a bit of an eye for what other people have done. Okay. Yeah, that's looking like wets there. In fact, let's see if I can try and get some of this. Eight are in. As Sedgley pits from the lead. Well, no, I lied. They're all on dry. The only person who has gone to wets is this guy in GTP. And it's not working, so there you go. I completely wrong. Just realised, of course, new functionality in SDK. I can show you the wet and dry tyres. Haven't had to use it all season long. LMP2, wet weather tyre gamblers. This guy, Richard Simner of DCW. And Daniel Pay being the other one. In GT3, well, not many stops happened so far, but this guy's gone with the wet. It's the wrong stuff. John Davis in that Corvette. So Wilson and Sedgley in. McGregor did extremely well to leapfrog everyone. I'm still astounded. I mean, maybe just coming in with slightly warmer tyres. Just new rubber, it must be. Well, I can tell you that as Cope carries on by once more, he's got your race leader, well, technically after the stops. Cope, of course, after that contact he made earlier on with Moles, 8, just meaning that he's out of sync with everyone, having stopped on lap 4. They're still in the pits there. McGregor, though, catching in, reeling him in. That fresher rubber. And he's 7 seconds clear of Thompson. I mean, Thompson's been electric pretty much all season long. But can he overcome that? Saying that, he's just taken a second out of McGregor. But McGregor is held up a little bit behind the... trying to spot which car that was. There you go. That was James Conley, who has stopped. He went to dry tyres, though. So, still, I think still ahead, technically, of Cranley Swash. If we return the championship at the... well, end this race after everyone's done stops. There you go. Dug myself out of the hole nicely there. This gap down to 6 seconds now. Was out at some seconds. Wilson doing well in the pit stops there. Jumping Cy Anthony. And Anthony also losing out to Van der Voort. Cadillac's coming. So Acura's starting to come alive a bit now. And this is very, very close, and they reeled in Sherwood, who on those wets is just not working out for the Cadillac right now. But side by side, and it's Van der Waals. Well, he skates his way around, and he's tripping up over Sherwood right now. Cadillac moves right, left for the Olympus Acura. What's Sweetie Boy gonna do in the effect car right now? Which way, no way for him to go. It's pretty much a roadblock. It's a dart up the inside for the Olympus Acura, and that's on through. That's up into fifth. And coming off the corner, just looking back. Well, great exit by Wilson in that effect Acura. And that's surely going to mean he's going to come on by as they drag it out. You can see the spray being kicked up at different parts. Van der Waals just swapping the draft of one driver then another. But it's Wilson who is in front. He's got ahead of that ProTech Cadillac of Sam Sherwood that was, well, your race leader, but, well, you were right. Turns out you were right. At the moment, it is not looking good to be on wet tyres. Sedgley has gambled as well. It's another driver. We'll keep half an eye on those lap times for you. Also, change around in GT3 as Edmondson. Well, that must have picked up a slowdown there. That is the Anstey Mustang of Sean Cranley Swash heading on by. That car's still out there yet to stop. Neither has Edmondson. Although we have got drivers who have stopped in GT3. Still got them. Kevin Daniels being one of them. Darren Sharples, another one. Two Porsches there in. And they've both gone for wets, interestingly. Now, this car has not been in the... He's not been in the wall. Anthony in that UKSR Porsche, but that's back in the pits. Is he feeling like now is the time for wets? A real slow move down the pit lane. What's it going to be? Fast repair, just sorting out that bumper, which... Remember, hold on. Oh, did it catch him out? Well, he's not into the grass or anything there. That looks a bit close. I can't see any contact. Okay. Not sure what that's about. Let's change around. Wilson, oh, he's skating across the curbs. Oh, Jinx left, right. Make your mind up right now. As it's side by side once again from the Acuras. It's Effect versus Olympus. A battle that we thought would rain on most of the year. And look at this side by side. You couldn't practically put a cigarette paper between the pair of them. But it's, well, Van der Waals, he backs out of it there, allowing Wilson ahead. That was about who got the bigger cojones there as he headed down into the chicane. Oh, Campbell's in trouble. Campbell's in trouble just ahead. He's had a collision. That looks like it's going slowly. As it's side by side once more. I don't know about you down at Mulsar Corner. That rain looks heavier. And Wilson goes in deep. Surely that's going to gift it back to Van der Waals. But then look at them. They're still side by side. And, well, the effect car remains ahead for the moment. But with all this toing and froing, how much longer will it last? How much longer? That's your race leader in LMP2, Simon Bamber. And he is some 40 seconds ahead of Simner. 42 to be precise. Oh, this is another GTP into the pits. And McGregor, no, he went for that undercut. But this is early again. This has changed to wets. Is someone going to gamble? John Williams saying the fact he's taking the curves like that, still going to be slick weather still. And I'll keep an eye on what McGregor's going to do. Of course, that brilliant strategy that put him right out in front. Cope's still going, having stopped on lap 4. And McGregor's gone for wets. The Protec Porsche onto wet tyres. That's, well, 2 out of the 3 Protec cars on wets. That only leaves Ryan Moles, who, of course, had that collision with the current race leader, the Olympus 64 Acura of Thomas Cope. He's really had a bit between his teeth, hasn't he, since that collision? And, well, holds the fastest lap of the race so far. And he's lapping. Yes, he's running with a lighter car, but he is currently lapping about 2 seconds faster than Thompson, who is in second. Not enough, surely. Not enough, surely, to... that's looking like a bit of sun breaking through there. Sign Game saying over on YouTube, if the rain keeps at this pace for the next 10 minutes, wets could be the right choice. Yeah, you lot still believe it's a slick game, isn't it? Although... oh, there you go. Oh, is it? Is this the changeover point? That's the second car we've seen go off. And Simner off in the background as well. It's all happening down at Mulsanne Corner. Bamber in from the lead of LMP2 as well. Just trying to spot another car arriving around that area. Campbell ahead there. Right, what are these two going to do? They've been battling for so long. It was Wilson we saw carry on. Van der Waals will arrive first of the two of them. Bit twitchy on exit there for the effect car. It's definitely looking sunny on that part there. Sun breaking through. Side by side, it's Protec versus Effect. McGregor on the right of screen, and now on the left versus Cullen, who started from the back at GTP. That is Ruben Behrings, your leader in GT3 Pro-Am. Having started, running in the top 3. Started well as well. Qualified third, currently third in GT3 overall. The sun's starting to poke through a little bit more in other places as well. As race leader Thomas Cope into the pits. GT3, other than Taylor, Anstis and Windsor, have all gone wets. See the information I'm looking at. I'll drop it into the link for you. Sure, you've got the tyre option showing. That is the live timing for you. You see what tyres everyone is on. This pivotal moment as also there comes in Thompson, Campbell down pit road. So your top 3 in GTP right now heading down pit road. So Cope here has potentially bagged an extra pit stop. And what could be a turn up from the books of someone who I was not expecting to win tonight could come out on top here at Le Mans. And he's gone to wets. So has Cope. Campbell remains on. No, he doesn't. He goes wet as well. But it's Thompson who's off pit road first. Less fuel needed for him compared to Cope, who needed a full tank, let's face it. Campbell gets away as well. That's the Pro Tech car. Oh, how's that ended up there? Of McGregor. Oh, big switch, big moment. Oh, rear end, bang. Oh, and the suspension's gone as well. There's no way you're towing that one around the track. Straight to the pits he goes. Oh, hold on. Was that a... No, my eyes deceiving me. Or was it? Was it this car that I saw? Yeah. Oh, and it's into the barrier for the Rongseth Corvette. The 62 of John Davis around. Lovely way to flick it back round there. Good on him. So in GT3, it is only... Well, what was your leader previously? There he is. Jacko Taylor. Oh, Edmondson, a big lunge. Bold, brave on the brakes. Gets it done, but does he? The Ferrari, the Tiki Simsport Ferrari of Taylor fights back. Gets on by. How much longer can he hold on to that one? I mean, surely not too much. There you go. There's your answer, folks. You look at it. Look at these last two moves. Here's the look at wow. Look how far back Edmondson came from. He was in a different postcode. He needed his passport. He was that far away. I mean, they're sending it. But oh, you could just see that dries in certainly in GT3 is not the way to go right now. These two are still ploughed out in GTP on the dry tyres. Barklam and Ackler. Barklam? Right. When you... Oh, dear. When you mix two drivers' names up, just amalgamate them. Barklam and Acklam. Blacklam? I don't know. Anyway. Jack Parker and James Acklam both heading out of pit row. They're both onto the wets now. So dry tyre runners... GT3 is the Tiki Simsport Copa Ferrari of Jacko Taylor. And then the two Team Potato cars, Vanston and Windsor, the two Corvettes. Our top two you can see on your screen right now, still on dries in GTP. Ben Cullen. I know he lives in Scotland, it's a bit wet up there, but... So... And these two still going on as well on the dries. Also, Cy Anthony still on dry weather tyres. Oh, Thomas Cope struggling a little bit. Oh, I say struggling. That's a big, big moment. Did he keep it out the wall? Yes, he did. And Thompson saying thank you very much. But in the topsy-turvy world, look who's back ahead in GTP. Back to the front. And you're reading that right. That is 11.6 second gap between Thompson and Sherwood. It's the rain seemingly just... That bit of sunshine that we saw earlier just seems to have dissipated. As there is the Privateer 163, Alan P2 of Barker. There... This just hasn't worked out for Simner today. As Cope's had another incident. And the round the rear goes on him. Oh, that was close. That was very, very, very close, wasn't it? Who was that? That was Austin Campbell. Back in that fake simulation, Acura heading on by. Oh, it's change at the front. It's change, or is it? They're at it once more. It's Van der Waals versus Wilson. Effect versus Olympus. And it's Effect that wins out this time. These two, well... swapping messages and more than a couple of Tinder lovesick teenagers. Okay, Sign is saying, doing my analysis for me, clearly. GTP, about 1 second slower at the moment on a dry tyre. That is how it is at the moment. And for some reason, all of my overlays have just shifted up, and I don't know quite how it's managed that. Okay. Now seeing parts of graphics that you weren't originally meant to see, but hey, it's all good. All good. So, coming out of the pits is Willoughby in LMP2. Still holding on to that LMP2 Pro-Am lead, though. At the moment. But look who is catching. It is James Acklam. With Daniel Pay looking like, well, that's looking like a retirement for him. Ryan, we've had a few more incidents of wet weather, claiming a few more victims incidentally. Rob Windsor's had an incident in that Team Potato Corvette. Through Ford. A long, lazy, leisurely spin for him. Ryan Moles, who that Pro Tech, oh Bosch, goes from bad to worse for me. We jump to the pits after that. That could be another retirement that we are looking at. And also, well, look who's had a bit of an incident here. He's looked unflappable for most of the season. Ran it in deep. Got it. That's coming into Indianapolis there. Carnage. Rain, it's the great equaliser. Windsor, who has had another incident. Rain is not his friend, as just kisses the barrier. Also, Edmondson having other issues as well. Very, very wide for him. Wow. I half looked away from that clip, but that's going to be surely front end damage. Gets away with that one for now, but it's dropped him right down. In fact, he was running second in class at one stage, but guess who's in second? Guess who's in second, folks? Mr. Second place, as he's been for most of the season. Looks a little bit off pace in the dry, but guess he's got it between the ears. Anstey Mustang of Sean Cranley Swash up into second place. Talking to seconds, Ruben Berry still remains second in GT3 overall, of course, leading GT3 Pro-Am. The Mustang incidentally currently running fifth in GT3 overall at the moment. Up 6 places since starting, 3 of them in Pro-Am. The wet weather starting to claim a few more victims. Sure, close, but okay, so there's not going to be surely any fighting. Oh, big moment there for Simon Bamber, who's like Bambi on ice. Heading through the Porsche curves. And that could have collected the pair of them. Wiped out what's looking like in LMP2 overall a top 3 for effect simulation. All of the podium slots taken up by them. Aside of this subcategory wins. Some stuff working now, some stuff not working. Okay. we've got the class leaders back on. I'm going to do something really shouldn't do. Oh no, we'll leave that. Don't break something that's there and try and fix something on the fly, Timothy. It's Koopmans, is. Well, despite these two being from sister teams, it's having a bit of a look. It's Carbon in front of Club Sport. Bamber just struggling a little bit. Being the lead car, but he sucked up right behind. Being peppered by the spray of Koopmans. Oh, and there you go, the cheeky bump draft. This is what it's all about from Effect. Koopmans, though, looking a bit squirrely there. Rain lights flashing. That guy Moles over on YouTube. Boring race after getting rear-ended by Cope. I mean, yeah. I mean, were you all intrigued earlier on? Were you trying to save fuel or miss a brake marker? Paddy. 008. Evening, Mr. Cox. 24 hours alone isn't enough for some. Damn right. It's all about the 90 minutes of the final round of the UKSR Multi-Class Championship. Well, this inter-team battle right now, my good friend and fellow commentator Sam Fitzpatrick, so we've now got a bowl of rice, meaning on the timing tower, where we've got gaps between everyone. They're all over a second, all white. This one, I'll tell you what, that is a Koopmans that's getting ahead has just cleared off. 1.3 seconds, the gap. Bamber, that is Kevin Daniels there in the DDK Sport by Eagle Speed. Car, and that's running third at the moment in GT3 Pro. Gets away with it. Right, hearing from Ryan Moles there. Engaged my clutch on the downshift. So lightly braked earlier than intended. Due to a panic reaction, I guess. Cope didn't react to it. But he was overly aggressive prior lap, so it was coming. There you go. Insider scoop for you. Budget Racing Noob over on YouTube. Another stop for the GT3 Pro-Am pack, or are we going to the end now? Well, I stopped on lap 12. We're currently on lap 20 at the moment. Because I'm a good guy, we've got... Oh, hold on. Things happening here. This is Jacko Taylor, who was leading for Tiki Sim Sport, and that's him having a bit of a moment there, and it wasn't the only one he's had on lap 17, which is the current lap in GT3. Yeah, this one as well, running a bit, well, more than a bit wide there, out into the gravel. Also, Ben Cullen's had a big impact in the Effect Simulation Carbon Acura. Oh, that's going to be a rear end. Oh, that is a big impact. Not the first one we've seen there today. Wow. Cy Anthony is also heading into the pits, having had his own incident. Oh, and it's almost similar. Oh, carbon copy there to what we saw from Cullen. Taylor off the track as well. More in GT3. Well... that is, well, Sherwood has lost a whole heap of time. In fact, 4 seconds on the last lap alone compared to Thompson. I mean, that gap was looking incredibly comfortable. And right on the back of Van der Vos, he's on the dry tyre. That has surely pushed those dry tyres too long. Wilson only 3 seconds up the road right now. to head up into the Dunlop chicane. There goes Wilson and the effect simulation. Acura that's looking really slow. An absolute sitting duck. And Thompson heads on by as we head down through the S's now. And you can see that that effect lead car is just looking ever so gingerly. Nowhere near the speed and the commitment. Look at the way Thompson, well, drifts it off the corner there. That's how hard he's pushing right now. As he just reels in the effect Acura in the front. He's taken 2 seconds out of Wilson just in that first couple of sectors. All he can see is that spray in front of him, but it's 6 tenths is the gap. And there come the brake lights. There's no rain lights though. Oh, it's a bit understeery there from the Apex Racing Academy Acura Thompson. But surely this is the moment in which he sails on by. And Wilson left hapless. Nothing he can do whatsoever. And just a sitting duck. Gambled on staying out on the dry weather tyres, and well, it just hasn't worked. But that is also Sherwood heading past David van der Waals in that Olympus car. Another one that gambled on the dries. Incidentally, these two of Wilson and van der Waals, the only prototypes on dry weather tyres, GT3s. I mean, I don't know how he's doing it. The Ferrari, the Tiki Simsport Ferrari of Jacko Taylor. I mean, he's come off the track so much. I don't know why he just hasn't come into the pits and admitted defeat with those dry tyres. Maybe feeling like they can work somehow, some way. I mean, there he is in foreground of shot. Wow. Carls down McGregor into the pits again. That's the 4th stop of the day for that ProTech Porsche that, well, on paper had led for a little while as well. There goes Campbell by Van der Waals, who shortly himself and Wilson have got to be in on this lap. They're losing time and places hand over fist right now. Who's got the strategy right? Who's got their thinking caps on? And that's Edmondson off. That is Edmondson off. And that's not the first time the Effect Corvette has... we'll get there in the end. Effect Corvette has been off. Oh, it's the top of the wall. He'll probably get away with that one. But further instance as well. Trying to stick it. Oh, wow. That's not even in a part of the circuit where... Well, he's just caught a puddle there. There's Jacko Taylor. Let's go on board with him. Caught it onto that red piece of tarmac. Chewed him up and spat him out. Well, your one-time race leader. Now, good, is it? Well, one of the predictions earlier on was about this man here, Ruben Behrens for DCW and Lamborghini in 91. Taking the victory overall in... Oh, GT3, he won't do it like that, that's for certain. He will not do it like that. But he's closed the gap to 4 seconds to the overall GT3 leader, and needless to say the pro category leader. That is the Tiki Simsport Toa Corvette of Tilling. That is a lot of T's. Words beginning with T, that is for certain. Oh, there's a driver as well who's heading on by, who we haven't seen too much of today. James Acklam. They're putting some astonishing performance so far this season. absolutely astonishing performances. It says retirement so far. We've had, well, looking like Jacko Taylor. You want that's looking like that car is out now. It's gone into the pits and it's been there for 2 minutes. Moles retired the car back on lap 16, currently on lap 22. And also on lap 16, we lost the LMP2 Pro-Am car of Daniel Pay of the Old Dudes in Cars. Gap back up front though when LMP2 has closed up once more. Let's just get away from Bamba, but traffic and obviously that visibility clearing said traffic, not making it easy at all. Certainly certain parts of the circuit. Bamba's reined the gap back into 7/10 of a second. Now, let's remember, Bamba needs to win to tie on points with Simner for second place in the LMP2 Pro category. Hashtag just saying. See a late switch around. I mean, it looks like they're still having a go at it, things here. Bamba definitely pushing his teammate along. Well, both metaphorically and physically. We saw them bump drafting down the Mulsanne earlier on. Oh, Simon Bamba gets himself offline a bit there. Changes up the front end. Oh, that is a very, very slow running wrong step car of John Davis. Just had an incident according to my log as well. Talking of incidents, big moment there for the ProTech Cadillac. Just getting a bit looser coming off a Ford, getting the power down. It's okay though. Science, he's saying, turns out wet tyres are good and wet. Who knew? It's a unique concept. I think it's just all voodoo. Don't personally believe it myself, but you know, you never know. You never know. Oh, that was a bit too close for comfort there. And right now, the Effect Acura of Campbell is really, really pushing the ProTech Cadillac of Sherwood. It's asking a lot of questions that Sherwood is just, well, desperately doesn't want to have to answer them. We'll get a bit of assistance. That is the privateer LMP2 of Jack Barker. It's going to help tow him down the first stretch of the Mulsanne. Ball with Sherwood. Just aiding and abetting, although Campbell will get the same treatment as well. Can't pick out a lane as to where he is. Just a wall of spray in front of him. Flashing rain lights, the LMP2, the Dallara P217. Also in real life, we are due for a new iteration, as I've clicked the wrong button there, of the LMP2. I believe next season. Is it next season or the season after? Is it next season? This is very close. Cope and trying to get by. Wilson, he's still trying to forge a path on those dry weather tyres out there. Oh, and it's, wow. Ironically, the driver on the wet weather tyres is the one that slides on past at the corner and doesn't make the apex. What do I know, hey? What do I know? Edmondson having further incidents. Oh, now this could be an interesting one. Okay, just a little bit of a one. Oh, that's not a big one though. Oh, and it, well. Ah. Right. Involving another driver that's had an incident already. And Wilson slow off the corner and then getting an assistance and going round from the Olympus Acura of Thomas Cope, who then struggles to ironically cope with Arnage. Just not expecting to see Wilson just so slow off the corner as what he was. Those dry tyres to him, a spent force. And is this... Oh, it's 7 minutes to go. He may as well just keep going. I didn't realise what the time was. We are on 90 minutes nearly, and... Oh, that is Bamber definitely ahead of Koopmans. Is that the change around that we were going to see? So that is advantage to him. We are looking like a second place for the ProTech Cadillac, though. Sam Sherwood. Already Thompson opening up a 10-second gap. What's that? The ProTech Cadillac ran well early on. Seemed like Carter beat certainly down the Mulsanne. And the run up to Indy. So this is what's happened to Ben Cullen in the Effect Simulations Carbon Acura. Pointing the wrong direction through the Porsche curves there. A part of the circuit, you wouldn't want to have that happen. Oh. Is that a slowdown? Because that's going very, very slow all of a sudden. That is the Emil Koopmans. Must be because Bamber's opened up a 4-second gap. Edmondson having more issues as well. So, well, the last 3 incidents have all been Effect cars. Clearly not feeling the wet weather or the Effect outfit. Already certain drivers from it. Talking of Effect, this is closing right up inside the last 5 minutes. I mean, it's our leader. We've got... Where is he? Where is Thompson? This will be close. And taking the white flag. Yeah. I'm just trying to do the mental maths. I mean, they're currently lapping at 3:45, so it's surely got to be. Surely going to be last lap next time around. And with this changes things a little bit. I'll keep half an eye on it while we watch this battle. Randy Swash has dropped to 3rd in GT3 Pro-Am, but I believe that is enough to secure him 2nd place in the championship. Connolly 3rd. Sharples be into... Oh, Sharples is ahead. By 2 positions, and that's gone. Oh, and it's this... Oh, wow. How did... Well, I tell you what. Hats off to Sam Sherwood, who saves it with a bit of style there. Kept it out of the wall. Oh. He had the moment, and Austin Campbell just couldn't... Nowhere to go. So it seemed. Oh, yeah, it's just the twitch that slowed him up. And around he goes. And he's into the pits. Oh, no. And from second to... Well, he's got 30 seconds ahead in the bag against the two dry weather tyres, drivers in GTP. Ruben Bearing's looking like he's coming under a bit of no, he's not. He's not. And hold on, is that Thompson across the line? So, right, I need to have a quick look here. Starter camp. Right, that's not for. Is he white flag? He's got it in his hand. What's the clock saying? That's saying to me. Surely this has got to be the last lap. Look at the clock. But Barney's not waving it. I don't... I'm confused. Combobulated. But either way, here we go. Here we go. There it is. And there's contact there from the Corvette onto the Lamborghini. But you called it in chat. GT3 Pro-Am leads GT3 here into the closing stages at Le Mans. And because of the Sam Sherwood shuffle around as well, look, we've got Olympus car onto the podium in form of, well, it could be Sedgley or Cope. Either way, surely probably Sedgley needs the points in the championship, probably more so than Cope. Meanwhile, Wilson, I mean, he's up onto the back of Sherwood. A Cadillac, but, I mean, I think it's all surely got to be in vain. That's your new GT3. Oh! Scary moment. I'm guessing he just didn't see him in the spray. That was a heart-in-mouth moment there for Wilson. Wow. I was trying to calculate ages ago. I've lost my train of thought. We'll stick with this guy, though, because he could well be on to his last... in my calculations, he is. I haven't seen Barney waving the flag. I mean, wasn't he? Got it. His white flag in hand. Either way, I mean... He has to do it the hard way this time, having started on pole. Surely, maybe with a bit of a victory weave now, he knows that this is his for the losing. Patrick Thompson been well putting some amazing performances all season long, including one race going without a fuel stop. The Apex Racing Academy Acura. Eberson, that's letting him on by there. The flashlights, it's got to be the final lap through forward for the final time. Don't celebrate too soon. We've seen that before. But there he is on the checkered flag. Patrick Thompson wins here at Le Mans in the rain. Well, Barney just doesn't want to wave it. There you go, just holds it now. Right, okay, story still to decide. This has come down to 8 attempts. And they've got a quarter of a lap left, but it could be too far away. Corvette versus Lamborghini. Ruben Bearings leads. Oh, I love an underdog story. A Pro-Am driver leading class overall. Just needs to hold on a little bit longer, but the lap gets trickier as the more you go around it here at Le Mans. Through Porsche. He knows that Tilling's the one who's got to push if he wants to stand any chance of trying to get on past him in these closing stages, but it's not going to be enough. The 91, the DCW Racing Blue Lamborghini, the Pro-Am driver is going to win. Surely through Ford for the final time. And there you go. Ruben Bearings wins GT3 overall. Pro-Am beating all of the pros. What a story. What a story. Oh, Bamba's off. Bamba's off. I'm trying to work out where they... It's such a long lap here. If they were on their in-lap. I'm inclined to say no. Although the way they're still... well, there you go. There's a lovely photo opportunity. Hold on. Get rid of all the graphics. There you go. You can... Lovely screenshot for you there. Get some nice cinematic angles. That's what we like to see. Right, so yeah, no, Coleman's and Bamba, that is still on. They must have crossed the line just before Bamba took... Thompson took the checkered flag. So that mistake from Bamba has cost him a tied second place with Simner, by my calculations. Bar any penalty points. Wait for LMP2 as a whole as about to come across the line as... Where are they? They are. The fact behind. So there you go, your winner in LMP2. We've said it so many times. Emil Koopmans of Effect Simulations Club Sport takes the victory once again here at Le Mans. Let's look further back to note your final class winner, Nathan Willoughby. What a season this driver has had. I mean, James Acklam has taken the fight to him and really pushed him. It was just the points that Willoughby mounted at the start of the season. That's what's carried him all the way to the championship victory and the victory here today. Ironically, in prototypes, our championship winners all won their categories here today. Now, GT3... Hold on. Let's get... oh, they've all moved off. There you go. Well, a bit better late than never, hey? Better late than never. And you've run out of fuel. Or some form of human centipede thing going on here right now. That's prototype based. Okay, right. So I think that's with everyone across the line. Bring you through some results right now before I start profusely trying to work out who is where and what, and in terms of championship standings, because I think we've had a big shuffle around in GT3 Pro. Pro-Am, Ruben Bearings needs to say, winner. It's this Pro that's really got me puzzled at how that's going to pan out. Patrick Thompson, your race winner for Apex Racing Academy. Austin Campbell, second. Dan Sedgwick, great recovery drive from him, having not put in the time in qualifying to get himself onto the podium here. Your top three, Thomas Cope. Fourth, Sam Sherwood. I prayed, I hoped, I wanted it so bad to happen, but in the end, just wasn't to be. And in the that late contact as well with Campbell, that was no one's fault really. Means he ends up finishing in fifth. Wilson and Van der Vols, they tried to stick it out on the dry tyres, but in the end, it dropped them through the order. They finished sixth and seventh. Koopman and Bamba, the top two in LMP2, with Nathan Willoughby third overall in LMP2, but you winner in Pro-Am. And then it was the rest of the podium in Pro-Am, LMP2, with Acklam and Barker. Ben Cullen finishing a lap down after his antics. Simner, I mean, LMP2 Pro, you were guaranteed a podium position just for showing up. He finishes 14th overall. And then I was denied one underdog story moment, but we got another one in the form of a GT3 Pro-Am driver winning here today. Ruben Bearings for DCW Racing. Martin Tillin, you win it in Pro, but only second in GT3. Ryan Davis, third. Now, that, I believe, is enough. Yes, going to secure him the victory in class. And Tilling finishing ahead. That means that Daniel, despite his valiant efforts, means he's finished third in GT3 Pro Championship. As top 18, let's have a move down through the results. Darren Sharples and Sean Cranley Swash there running at the top 20. Now, I know that was one hotly contested. Toasted? What's that? I don't know. After that slightly viral meme earlier in the season about one person tossing off someone else. You never quite know, do you, really? You never quite know. Yes, so that means that Sean Cranley Swash picks up second in the championship. Sharples 19, Sean Cranley Swash finishing 20th. Conley now promoted up to third in GT3 Pro-Am Championship. He finished fourth here today and in 21st. Then it was Anstis Edmondson who had a torrid time. I finished a lap down against the rest of the field in GT3. So was Windsor and Davis, taking up to 25th. Then into retirements. Alan McGraw, we lost him back on lap 20. And same for Cy Anthony. Jacko Taylor, lap 18. Gutted because that car had ran really, really well. And I thought that was going to be our winner here today. Just wasn't meant to be. Ryan Moles, we lost him on lap 16, and it was the same for Daniel Pay as well. Right. Let's have a bit of a think. How do we do this? A lovely little Photoshop there. There you go. That's the money shot. There you go. The rain gently falling. Except for the effect card, I think that's Austin William Campbell just signing to just casually stroll off there. I probably should have cut to that a little bit earlier, but right, should we have a little chat to? I'm hoping some of our drivers will. Yeah, there's plenty of them sat there waiting by. That's what we love to see. That's what we love to see. Right, let me get myself organised because you know that doesn't really happen very often. To be fair, I'm just quite enjoying this shot at the moment. Right. We will speak to one or two of our drivers in a moment. Who have we got sat there? Well, I think... well, it's currently sat there. Well, I'll tell you what. We will have a chat to our race winner very shortly. So I sort out what I'm doing in my life right now. We're all good now. We're all good. Yeah, let's have a little chat to our race winner here today, Patrick Thompson. There he is. You can see him on the screen. You can hear his voice very shortly. I mean, Patrick, talk me through that race, my friend. Talk me through it, because normally it's just been the Patrick Thompson show. You know, don't matter how, you can win whatever way you want to. But tonight, I'm just hoping, praying actually my order mix up, because it was playing up earlier. It's going to work here and everyone can hear you. Yeah, I mean, you had to do it the hard way tonight. Hold on one moment. This is what happens when you allow your child to mess around with your PC, because all of a sudden, yeah, guess what? Discord audio is going, oh, I know what you want to do. You want to come out through speakers on your... There we go. Right. Now, is this... I'm hoping... Right. Do you want to speak now, Patrick? And we'll see. That's coming. No, I will. TV room. Right. Where's that not working? Oh, the one is my charge sheet. Bear with me one moment. I will. Let me just. We'll. So you don't have to see my lovely face. One moment while I just sort out everything that's clearly just breaking down at the last moment here. It's quick sort out of everything. There we go. And I've just suddenly realised that, yeah, I've just had to shuffle things around and everyone can just see, a blank space. Ah, yeah. There we go. Got around it one way or the other. Yeah, Patrick, hopefully everyone should be able to hear you now. Okay. Yeah, I mean, had to hit the hard ways this evening. Not on the walk in the park.
Nope, absolutely not. This was, I mean, we got promised some rain on Canadian Motorsports Park there, but someone must have forgotten to actually bring out the rain that day because that was
Yes.
bone dry.
Well, exactly, and it having been wet all week in officials as well.
Yeah. So it was definitely nice to get some rain in this one. You get a little bit spiced up. I guess it also really showed that that the Acura definitely seems to lack a bit of pace in the dry, but in the rain, I think it's by far the superior choice. It's seemingly a lot more stable. So yeah, I mean, I think I kind of accepted that the car wasn't gonna be. I mean, it wasn't slow per se, but it wasn't gonna be just magically zooming off into the distance in the dry and just it waited for the rain to come out, and then yeah, we played ball from there.
Like the Peugeots 2 years ago at Le Mans in the 24-hour race. That was the case then. Nothing really, anything special all race long, and then rains all comes together nicely for them. Yeah, I mean, it's toed and froed. I mean, how much were you sort of on top of it and understanding in terms of the strategy of what was happening? Because it seemed to be, every 20 minutes or so, it was someone different that you were having to compete against. Sam Sherwood, I mean, in the opening stages and at different periods put on a great show. Austin Campbell as well. Thomas Cope led for a while as too. It was constantly chopping and changing. But, I mean, you must have been really happy that both Wilson and Van der Waals were still on the dry tyres because it just made your life so much easier to catch them.
I mean, I was at first the first few laps with the rain. I was actually kind of afraid that they would it wouldn't be possible to catch them up. I was a bit scared that I had taken the wrong decision. I mean, I even wrote to Austin while we were driving that I thought that it was the wrong choice pitting for yeah, for wets. I actually, like, while driving, I DM'd him not the call, and Austin answered me, yup. Like, he was also agreeing, and then somehow it rained just enough that the dry tires eventually got too bad for them to hang on to it, and the rain tires were actually the call. But I'm not sure if we swapped just a bit too soon, but the strategy ended up working out, so you can't really complain about it.
No, definitely not. Definitely, it seemed to work out in the end okay. But I mean, from there, I mean, what a season! Just looking back, some real sort of magical moments from yourself. What's been your favourite?
Yeah, I mean, even though it wasn't as interesting, I think the race. I mean, God knows what race it was, because my brain has a very very short term memory. But the race where I didn't, where I skipped the pit stop, that was a pretty good one. I kind of it is my driving style, as like in general. I do a lot of lift and coasting to not push the braking too much, and that typically for myself tends to avoid making tiny mistakes. So I just naturally have a driving style to avoid mistakes that also, benefits me, that it does save quite a bit of fuel, while I am still fast. I would say
Yeah.
I'm still fast considering the driving style I do have.
Exactly. Well, congratulations, race winner and series champion as well, Patrick Thompson of Apex Racing Academy. And Patrick will, well, I mean, hats off to him. Let's have another chat to, I think, another winner. Many people's hearts and eyes, and definitely on track as well. Nathan Willoughby joins us now. Nathan, I was expecting this grand finale, yourself versus James Acklam, going toe to toe down the Mulsanne, trading pain, but it just wasn't to be. Having said that, did you at any stage think, do you know what, I might be able to snip a place in the top 2 in LMP2 overall at any stage, or was it a case of just consolidating things and just getting that third and class win and your subclass win?
To be honest, I was quite happy just chilling behind Emil, but he made a mistake, so I had a few laps in the lead there, and made some strategy calls with the rain and stuff that didn't really pay out. So it is what it is, but lessons learnt there for sure.
It could have been worse. Could have been stay out on dries the entire time, like one of your teammates. So
Absolutely.
Could be worse. Could be worse. Obviously the fight that James has brought to you, certainly in the second half of the season. I mean, you must have been so relieved that you managed to bank as many points early on as what you did.
Yeah, exactly. And going into this one, this is actually a really high pressure sort of race, So it was really just to take as many points as I could from him to secure the championship, because could have quite easily just slipped away today. Had to put it in the wall or something. So yeah, his pace has been awesome. So.
Definitely, and definitely, I'm sure a bit of a weight off his shoulders when his pace wasn't quite as awesome this evening as what it has been. As Patrick, the same, I'll ask you as well. What's been your favourite moment in the season?
Probably the races that I've won.
Okay.
I've quite liked the Algarve. I like those sort of tracks, Algarve, Fuji. Not so much Road America. Barcelona, but actually I didn't like, but the racing here was really fun actually. So the small tight tracks are really fun. I know some people sort of don't like that in multi-class because it's quite difficult, but I think it's quite cool to watch and especially look back.
Definitely. Well, congratulations, race winner and championship winner as well, Nathan Willoughby.
Thank you.
We'll keep moving them down, and we'll keep bringing in not just race winners but champions as well. Now joined by DCW Blues, Ruben Bearings. Ruben, congratulations! I mean, what a race! Someone made the prediction in chat before the race that you were going to win GT3 overall, and as the race went on, I thought, maybe not. Jacko Taylor was amazing. Unfortunately, had a big incident, and that's what hurt his chances. But I mean, you left it late, but you got it done when it mattered most.
Yeah, it was a crazy race, to be honest. In the start, when it was still dry, I got, I think, 2 slowdowns, which kept me in the back of filling all the way.
Yeah.
And actually, it worked in my favor because I had the perfect time to go on wets for the pit stop. And yeah, I know I'm strong in the wets, so But I didn't expect to win though, so I'm quite happy with that.
And I mean, it must have been a really nervous time, those last couple of laps, which must have felt like an absolute eternity. They must have felt like the longest laps where, you know, you're winning overall as well, you know, in GT3. You must have just been praying for the race to come to an end sooner almost.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was catching up to Tilling, and I was like, come on, am I gonna make this in time? Then I saw a white flag. There was only like, I think, 1.5 seconds between us. And then he had to slow a bit for a GDP or an LMP2, I don't know. And it got me the faster on the straight, and there I can catch him still, yeah.
Definitely. But wow. I've asked the previous two, both Patrick and Nathan. Same question, I'll ask it to you. What's been your favourite moment of the season?
My favorite moment of the season was when I had internet issues at Daytona and I couldn't race. No, my favorite, I think this race could have been my favorite. Because it was, I think, a gap of 20 seconds in the wet, and I still got that win, so very happy.
Exactly. Congratulations. Race winner, overall GC3 winner, and championship winner, Ruben Bearings. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you very much.
No worries. Next thing, we're going to switch up categories. So we're going to move back to GTP. I can see him sat there waiting, so it'd be rude not to. I'm not going to deny him something. Thomas Cope joins us now. Yeah, I mean, considering no qualifying, to finish up, both yourself and Dan, to be fair, and the rain playing part of the tactics as well, you've got to be pretty happy with that result, surely.
Yeah, I'm fairly happy. I mean, it could have been a lot better. It could have been a lot worse, and all things considered. But the rain really helped in the later stages of the race. I mean, I tried to hang out on the dry tires, and fuel was playing his strategy after I had the early incident with Ryan. But yeah,
on that, I mean, we've heard Brian's side of it. What was it from, obviously, your side, when you were sat in the driver's seat?
It was a scary moment. I mean, I think he had an issue with his clutch, and he went into neutral, and then he sort of tried to brake early, and everything just happened way earlier than I expected, and he drifted to the right onto the racing line, and I was going to try and go for a lunge up that inside the exact same moment the issue happened. I mean, it was unfortunate. I had no intention to rear end him, and I never mean to kill anyone, and it's a hard part of racing, but yeah, it's just an unfortunate moment where he had an issue, and I was also going for an attacking move in the same
combination
corner.
Of lots of different, small circumstances coming together in one big one in one go. I've asked the previous gentleman that I've spoke to all the same question, and I'll ask the same to yourself. A favourite moment of the season?
I don't think I have a favourite moment. I mean, the league's just been so hectic, and there's been drama all everywhere we go, and good hard racing and fun racing. So I'd just say the whole season in general, where I've been able to participate. To be honest, I mean, I never have a favourite moment, to say the least.
There you go. Sitting on the fence and being non-committal for you there, Thomas Cope. Congratulations either way on the fourth place. Well done, Thomas.
Yeah, it was good though. But yeah, thank you very much.
No worries. Right, next up, let's head. We're yo-yoing between categories at the moment. As people drop in, we'll squeeze this one out because, talk about doing it the hard way. Someone spent many hours sat chatting about races too. Sean Cranley Swash, congratulations on the third place, but secures his second place in the championship. Earlier stages, I know it's been widely documented, obviously, about the Mustang. It's not the OP car like new cars normally are to the service. You're battling over, last but one place in GT3, and then all of a sudden it all starts coming together beautifully for you.
Yeah. I don't know what happened at the start of this race, to be completely honest. The first couple of laps, I was 2 seconds off the pace. It was incredible. I don't know what happened. But then, as you said, it all came together. As it started raining, the car picked up pace, but this Mustang just does not work in the wet at all. And it just completely fell off after the pits.
I mean, having said that, I mean, to finish where you were, I mean, if you look at, the people that you beat today, it was one time it was swaying between, yourself coming second, James Conley as well. He, at one point, he was ahead of you, in terms of the championship. You thinking about that at all while you were driving, or was it just like, right, I'll just try and get the best result and whatever happens, happens?
Well, I think it was obvious that Ruben had won this anyway.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
His pace was just brilliant, wasn't it?
Exactly.
I said at the start of the season that, hey, look, I've got a couple of seconds. If I stay on the podium all season, I'll probably end up in the top 3. So I was just happy kind of to stay there. I mean, I think we ended up sharing points without the drop rounds, Ruben and I. So it's actually quite close, but his pace was just unbelievable throughout the whole season.
Oh, definitely. It's been an absolute class act, and I think crowning moment of that, obviously, walking away with the overall GT3 lead. Looking back across the season, what's been your favourite moment?
I can tell you the worst couple of moments, but favourite moments, I don't know. I was just pleased getting the second place at Algarve. It's my first time driving the GT3 in about 6-9 months, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
So coming along, getting the podium there, I thought, okay, I might have a chance here. And then I had Daytona, whereby I had really good pace. I was winning that race, and I missed my pit box. I was first pit box at Daytona, and I just drove straight past it because how you brake really hard going into Daytona.
Yes.
So into the Daytona pits. So I broke and went, "Where's the pit box?" The guy's not counting because get the guy counting down.
Yeah.
And
you had the
I
first
just drove
pit
all the
box,
way
didn't
through.
you?
Exactly. And then I ran out of fuel on the way round, obviously, because needed the fuel.
Do you know what? That makes complete sense now, because I remember really vividly seeing you having to pull over on the oval section, and I thought, I was thinking to myself at the time, is it one of his kids he's got to drop everything and go, and then you merge back in the race. I was like, okay, that's a bit weird, but hey, it is what it is. But now that makes complete sense as to why that happened.
Yeah, so it was my run of podiums going there, which is a shame. And then Fuji was another horrible one for me. The car just did not work throughout the entire race. I think I span a couple of times as well, which didn't help. But the car was just so slow. I was chasing it really, and I kind of made those mistakes myself. But getting second in the championship, that's probably the highlight. I wasn't expecting it. Just pleased to have enjoyed the season, really.
Good.
Hopefully they'll do it again.
Yes, definitely. Well, congratulations, Sean. Second place. Missed the second place as you seem to be for the entirety of the season, pretty much. Although it's a third today, but second place in the championship. Congratulations.
Yep, that'll do.
And talking of, well, that'll do. To paraphrase Sean there, what a season it has been here. UKSR Multi-Class Championship back for Season 2. Wow. Just think back, we've had some of the moments we've had, and some of them, we've witnessed great moves round the outside, inside, mistakes, drama. It's happened in absolute abundance, hasn't it? And, well, thank you, everyone, for being with me every step of the way. It's been an absolute pleasure. Right, just catching up with you on chat. Right, lots of usual banter. I'm in dire need of a drink. Turns out, 90 minutes at Le Mans, you need more than a pint of water to keep you going. That went at about 45 minutes into the race, if that. But no, absolute pleasure. As always, thank you very much for being with me. I've been Tim Cox. This has been UKSR Multi-Class Season 2. And, well, next season, it's coming. It's coming. Endurance League to the channel with Motorsport UK. And thank you for them coming on board. And also Sim Coach as well, putting up some great prizes for that one too. Make sure you check that one out. But thank you very much for this season. It's been a pleasure. Goodbye.